today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. The losers their last time. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
To be considered for the MVP award in the NFL, it's got to be a season of not just consistency, but spectacular consistency, and he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent probably than anybody else as the numbers bear out. And the social media chatter for the MVP races certainly start to ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
The numbers for Zeke from last week, 20 carries, 60 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
They'll run with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
A first down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott is going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 1st down, Haywood, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
The ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 5.
Prescott down.
To go.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Prescott yet again. Open man is the tight end Troutman. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
No gain on
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Murray now on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Collins. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now Murray off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Murray on the keeper. Leighton Vander Esch on the tackle. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here's Murray from midfield. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at the 33, the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Brings up
the numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 13 carries, 62 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they're doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
4 yards.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
2nd and inches.
Shotgun now from Murray. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
6-yard line.
To throw, it's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
Prescott's pass.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted by the Cowboys.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
10th carry now for Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
So they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Elliott. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Prescott with the give to Ezekiel.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
2nd down and 4. On the counter, Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
17-yard line.
Seven our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
10, Falcons 7.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott from the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try again with Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To throw is Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Hopkins' kick is good.
The kick is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Falcons 7.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points. Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Cowboys defense, they march back out onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And let's gauge our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move.
Down at the 31.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
First down throw for Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They give it off here to the tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Prescott's pass complete.
From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Christian Wilkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Murray. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. But nowhere to throw it. Decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. This is the tight end, Njoku. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5. At the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Murray.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Dak Prescott sacked.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that, because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
1st down, Dallas.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Prescott. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And the Cowboy.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Josh Uche.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. 24-17, your final score. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. 35-21, the final score. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. 21-17, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Murray's pass.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That's a gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Prescott's pass.
He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
5 yards on the play.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Dallas. call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Jalen Smith. It's a gain of 7.
Shotgun now from Murray.
3.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Complete.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 41-yard line.
Murray going to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
48-yard line.
Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Steps away. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. Only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Dallas. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
On the carry. He was taken down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Murray again. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Prescott.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper.
Prescott.
Yeah, this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9. Brings up 3rd.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Elliott again.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16.
Cowboys 23, Falcons 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Falcons on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley.
Murray's pass, complete to Thomas.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st down, Dallas.
They'll run with Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Stop made by Marlon Davidson.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
At the Falcons' 46-yard line.
A throw over the middle taken in. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
It's a gain of 10.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Prescott down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
Prescott's pass.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
To the air again, Prescott. And Caldwell's got it over the middle.
Prescott.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
7. But it's fourth down.
And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on fourth down. They're going for it. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
6. Falcons 7.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Their own 26-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Collins. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Yards on the pickup. It's second.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Open man here, Sims, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cowboys' 43-yard line.
Murray to air it out again, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
brought down at the 13.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Murray. This will be caught at about the 5.
Murray.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun, Murray rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a 1st.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, Murray. That's caught at the 2. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and goal.
Murray now. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Dak Prescott sacked.
Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Murray. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going for it. It's Murray. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons cut into that lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And this one through the uprights and good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A first down carry by Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, then you stop that clock. They go to Elliott again. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work. And being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Makes the score Cowboys 29.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Cowboys, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to